How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another show. This is You Made Roscoe, and I am Roscoe. And today, of course, my partners in crime are with me. I got Jovi in the building. I got Cel in the building with me. What's happening, y'all?
Chilling. What's going on? What's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. Another day, another 50 Cent, today, me and the guys, we're gonna check out another Bill Burr clip. This one is called "What Separates Me from Psychos." This ought to be interesting. Even though I'm more than certain I've seen, the whole stand up that this clip is from. You know, this still ought to be fun. So before we get into it, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't that they please subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell. That way, you'll be reminded of future shows. Make sure that you do the same exact thing over at Bill Burr's page. That is, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. We do want to support the artists at the end of the day. Now that I've said that, we can go ahead and check this thing out. So let's go ahead and do it.
Been in a bad mood all day, man. Got in a fight with this girl the other day. You ever meet somebody like within like the first couple of minutes of them meeting you, they feel like they can like sum you up? Just like, you know what your problem is? You just have like the urge just to take their head and just mush it into whatever they're eating, You ever have crazy thoughts like that? Can you relate on any level? You never have like urges? You ever drive down the street and see like 30 people up on the sidewalk and you just think, right? You don't do it, you just think it. That's what separates the psychos from the functioning psychos. Yeah, psychos, they just do it. All right, that's a good idea. They get the wipers going, they make a day out of it, right? But a rational person, you like think it through. You start going, man, if I just leave my hand right here, nobody knows who I am. I move it 2 degrees over here. I'm on the cover of Newsweek. I'm instantly famous. Right here, no one knows me. Like, hey, Bill, you want to go to the cookout? Maybe you could bring that potato salad you brought last year. It was such a big hit. One of the most horrific scenes we've seen in years. Bodies just strewn about. Amy's going to be there. She's still asking for you. You should ask her out. No indication he even tried to stop. Seriously, you're getting older. Put your hands on the dashboard.
Oh man, I love this dude, man. But first of all, the way he started out, when he started asking about the ladies who want to break you down right at the right as you meet them and stuff like that, they already got you figured out already. Jovi, I heard you laughing, man. What you got to say about that in particular?
About it, that in particular?
Yeah, or just anything that we've seen up to this point.
Well, I've never had a woman say, I know what your problem is when you first meet them. Right. But if he said, what separates me from psychos, I'm like, what separates me from people like Bill Burr? Because I don't have those thoughts. Like, the way my brain works, the only time I want to do something to you is if you cross me first. I've never looked at like people just standing on the side of the street and just been like, I want to run them over. I don't even think about people like that.
Man.
It's like, what's going on in his head to the point where these people are just bothering him, just existing. He wants to turn the steering wheel 2 degrees and take them out. This is crazy.
Sale, what about you?
Well, I'm the opposite of Mr. Howard. I have these thoughts all the damn time.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
but I'll get my whole spill once it's done because I see where he's going. So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, Sale. Like I have like a high disdain for people.
I swear.
Oh my God. You're borderline psychopaths.
Like I'm just like, man, dude, when he hit that wheel to the left or the right, whatever that is, man, I'm like, man, I'm right there with you. Like
just a little bit.
It'll be times when I'm just walking on the street and people, it's just sometimes it's just the way that they walk the street. Like you'll have those people like me. I'm one of those people that when I'm on the sidewalk, I pick a side, because I'm anticipating that I'm not the only person on earth and that people are gonna need a path to walk through. But you have these people that are kind of walking in the center of that path, so they not leaving much room for you to kind of be on the sidewalk. Is so yeah, no, I think like that more than I probably should, But let's keep this going.
Come on the dashboard. You have those? All right. No, I have that stuff all the time. I do. My girl took me to a street fair recently, right? You guys have street fairs out here? They close out the block. There's like shawarma. There's like stuff made out of buttons, right? People with no teeth are making keychains, right? It's a typical girlfriend idea. It sucks, and it's gonna take all Saturday, right? She's all excited. She's like swinging my arm. Oh my God, this is gonna be great. I'm like praying for lightning, maybe some like scaffolding to fall down on me, No, we show up, right? The first thing she sees is this big table and nothing but homemade jewelry, right? Homemade jewelry. It's got twigs, macaroni in it. It's a table of crap. It's crap. The whole thing is crap. But she loves it. She's like, oh my God, look at these earrings. Do you like these? Do you think these are nice? I just want to be like, no. If they were nice, they'd be in a store, all right? There'd be a roof, some sort of structure would be built around this. This is crap. This is just a table of crap. The guy's even wearing shoes. That's a good indication that this is crap. But I didn't want to ruin a day, so I'm like, yeah, go ahead, check it out. I'm gonna go get some air. Even though we're outside, I think there's more air to be had, right? So I walk like 3-4 tables away, and I come up to this lady. She got this big table of nothing but muffins. Muffins, right? It's like 85 degrees out. She's selling muffins, and she's got this big stupid, look at the muffins I made, look on her face. And the second I saw that part of my brain was just like, dude, what would happen if you just walked up and just said, hey, lady, these your muffins? Oh, yeah? And I just started going, blam, 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 blam. Like, how many of these muffins could I mush before anybody did anything? I mean, realistically, I think I could have got the whole table. Because even if you saw me doing that, it would take at least 5 to 6 seconds to process. Like, did they say he could do that? Is it like a game? Do you eat the muffin off your fist? That just seems like a waste of pastry. There's no security at a street fair. There's no bouncer staying there. He's mushing the muffins. Okay, I'm on it. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And they just choke me out.
Yeah, let me stop it right there. I'll push it back a little bit. But Cel, I'll start with you, man. You ever had your girl take you out to one of these little street fairs like that, man? would you like to verbally explain like what that experience was like for you?
I'm gonna explain towards the end. I got a nice little spiel.
All right, that's what's up. What about you, Joe?
I think Bill Burr is a psychopath because he wants to harm others, but when he's out with his girl, he's praying for lightning to strike him, scaffolding to fall on him. I mean, all the harm he wants to do to others, and he wants harm to be inflicted upon himself because he's in an environment where he could have easily just said, no, I don't feel like going to the damn whatever the place they are.
No, but I mean, like, it's easy to say that he could step away, but like I've been to a few of these with some chicks, and they really do badger you, like he said about, and these things are always on a Saturday, like he said. But yeah, usually that's a day for you yourself. You thinking that I'm gonna have this day to just kick back, unless she like, arrange this thing like days in advance or something like that. But otherwise, she just comes up with this brilliant idea that we're gonna go out and hang and check out all this stuff that just like for him, to me, it seemed like a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want. I don't know, how everybody else feels about that, but I just it seems like a waste of day, you know. And so I'm not necessarily in that mindset of mushing the muffins and all that type of stuff, but I can see where you can go to some weird places, you
See,
know.
I've always just managed to hang out with women at night, like last night. I don't do that daytime nonsense.
You a complete nocturnal creature, I see.
I'd be like, hey, we can get together this evening. All that daytime shopping, you can forget that.
Oh, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, man. Let's keep it going.
A game? Do you eat the muffin off your fist? That just seems like a waste of pastry. You know, there's no security at a street fair. There's no bouncer staying there. He's mushing the muffins. Okay, I'm on it. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And they just choked me out. So I just started thinking of the horrified look on this lady's face as I started slamming these muffins. And out of nowhere, I just started laughing like a maniac. Oh yeah, I'm like slumped over this fried dough cart. I'm dying. My girl looks at me. She's like, what the hell are you laughing at? And like an idiot, I actually tried to explain this screwed up thought to her. I swear to God, I'm just sitting there like, I was just thinking, what if I started punching the muffins? You know what I mean? I just started punching them. She's just looking at me like, why do I go out with you? Dude, but I swear to God, if I never broke eye contact the second I started hitting those muffins, that lady, she wouldn't even been able to call for help. I would have been in her head. She'd be like, did I go to high school with this guy? Why would you do that? Muffins are a happy food. I don't understand this. No, I gotta learn to let stuff go. I do, I got issues. I do. My neighbor got her dog fixed. Got this dog neutered, brand new dog, puppy. Got the thing neutered. And I'm like, what the hell did you do that for? She's like, well, you know, if I didn't do that, he was gonna hook up with another dog, then they're gonna make more dogs, and what are we gonna do with all these dogs?
Before he gets into it, I'm gonna push it back a little bit, and then we can finish this thing out. But anything y'all want to add before I continue?
Nope.
Nah, Bill Burr, he ain't no separation from him and a psycho.
I think he's dang near detailed that all, you know, even though this is labeled what separates him from the psychos, but hey, I might be with you in that one, Joe. I don't know.
He's just a psycho that hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
Right. You know, so one day when we catch Bill Burr just completely lose it, you know, we'll have some point of reference to go back to be like, well, he was kind of telling us, you know, in 2000 and such, you know.
Yeah, this dude, he's a ticking time bomb.
Cel, you want to wait till the end to say what you got to say? All right, let's finish this out.
She'd be like, did I go to high school with this guy? Why would you do that? Muffins are a happy food. I don't understand this.
Muffins are a happy food.
No, I gotta learn to let stuff go. I do, I got issues. I do. My neighbor got her dog fixed. Got this dog neutered, brand new dog, puppy. Got the thing neutered. And I'm like, what the hell did you do that for? She's like, well, you know, if I didn't do that, he was gonna hook up with another dog, then they're gonna make more dogs, and what are we gonna do with all these dogs? It's like, why don't you just let them go? They're animals, they'll be fine. I think that's what every city needs, just a nice pack of wild dogs just running down the street. It'd help with the obesity problem. Just chase people to the cars after they eat some big meal, you know? Just a nice pack of Rottweiler just running down the street. Listen, I'm out of time. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you.
Holy shit.
We'll stop it right there. That looks like that's the end of that. But oh my God. That was Bill Burr and What Separates Me from Psychos. And Cel, I know you've been holding in your commentary to the end, so I'll let you start off with what you got to say.
I have always believed that everybody on this planet is one situation away from just flipping. It kind of reminds me of what was it? The Jim Carrey movie, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
That one situation, just like that tipping point, right?
Right.
Now, some may react a little bit differently from others. I mean, for me, like Bill said, I have my thoughts while I be driving sometimes. I'm like, I'll just, I think about running motherfuckers over on the side of the road sometimes. I
Right.
think that's a little bit more along the line of road rage more than anything. But I do have my moments when I'm at the grocery store at Walmart or HEB, and I'm in like the produce section. I'll be like, I wonder if I just start, just throwing these vegetables and fruits over into the other aisles. Just, what happened? And people just looking at me and I'm just looking at them still going. I have these random thoughts at times. It is what it is.
Right.
Now, as far as him just saying, just let the dogs just go, I've thought about that, but more along the lines of the animals at the zoo. I've thought about that. Like, they're not supposed to be locked up like that. Just let them go. Let nature run its course and see what happens. I mean, so I think we all got a little bit of psycho, but it's like you said, it's rationalizing it to make us not jump over that fence. But I honestly think everybody straddles that fence once upon a time in their life. That's just been that thought. So I find it hilarious because it's true. It's very true. And I had them thoughts for myself every day.
When you talk about that Jim Carrey movie, it made me think that there's actually another movie like that I can't think of the name of, but it had Michael Douglas in it, and he had one of those days where he's just a regular.
Oh,
You
I
know
know
what
what
I'm talking?
movie you talking about
Yeah,
when he went to the little burger store and he wanted breakfast, but it was already lunchtime.
yeah,
I think it's called Hard Time. I think it's called Hard Time. I know exactly. That's
Oh,
yes.
yeah. But
That's
it's
it,
not hard time. It's not hard time. I know what you're talking about though, because he had the little buzz cut.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Wearing glasses,
I'm about to find
Falling
out.
down. It's
Oh,
called falling down.
falling
okay.
down. Okay. But yeah, no, it was started talking. You made me think about that joint because that dude, it was the same deal, like just a regular dude, and just too many moments that made him tip over that edge, like you said. So, and that's what I started thinking about. But
Falling down. Yep.
Joe, what you got to say?
There's a recent movie like that you guys should check out with Russell Crowe called
Oh, Unhinged.
Unhinged.
Yes. Yes.
That movie is crazy.
I haven't seen it. I haven't
He
seen it.
goes there from the opening scene of the movie where, this is a spoiler alert for anybody out there in Roscoe Land. He kills his wife and her new boyfriend and burns the house down and just goes on a killing spree like I ain't never seen an unhinged person do. Way worse than Michael Douglas and falling down.
Let,
I
let me
agree.
ask you this: what was his tipping point in that movie?
Well, he was losing everything, his wife, because you know how it is. Like and I'm just gonna put myself in Russell Crowe's character's shoes.
Mm,
You work all your life, right? You
yeah,
build a business or you work for someone, you buy a house and you want to procreate with someone. You meet a nice young lady. And for whatever reason, instead of her just going her own separate way, she takes your house. She takes your alimony and then has the unmitigated gall to move another guy into your home. That would make someone become unhinged. Walk away, ladies. You didn't build that empire. It doesn't belong to you. It's only yours as long as you stay with that man who you helped build it with or who built it on his own. Don't take half. You're not owed half of anything. Walk away. You take what you came in with and get to stepping. And so that's my thoughts on that.
That's why I said it goes back to it just takes that one situation for folks to tip the fuck over. It's just depending on that situation. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
But I think we all I think we're all straddled that fence of no, I don't want to completely
Yeah.
cut the fuck
I
out.
will say this. I will say this in a casual encounter. I'm not talking about something as personal as your wife doing what Russell Crowe's wife did in that movie. But in a casual encounter, I'll take what Albert Einstein said. He said, "Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore." I count myself as strong, but I really count myself as intelligent. So I just ignore these people. They don't even bother me anymore. Half the time, I don't even see them. I see their stupid antics, and I just keep walking by. Stay away from me.
No, I just think, man, it's because it's so many vengeful women out here, you know, and a lot of these chicks, I just, they not even a hair away from being, because they are, like, what's the lady's character in the show, the old show Dynasty, was that Alexis Carrington?
I don't remember
Okay,
that
yeah,
show.
I think it was Alexis character, but oh my god, dude, she was on some seek and destroy shit. Like, if you wronged her in any way, if she saw you with somebody, saw you with somebody else, and y'all was supposed to be together, your whole life is gonna be destroyed.
But that's her daddy's fault.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. I mean, who's to say though? Some people, I think, and maybe just with her particular character, she just was like that, you know. But I think in general terms, you could be right though.
No,
So
whenever you see an entitled person, especially a woman, it's because their father gave them everything as a child. You know, when you look up the definition for spoiled, it means not fit for human consumption, but it also means to ruin a child. People are supposed to give their children boundaries and teach them modesty. But when you just give them everything, 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 when they become adults and they still want everything, and there's never been a boundary to stop them from getting it, they probably will become murderous and want to destroy everything in their path until they get what they want. That's why I said I blame her daddy. You know,
so
all this stuff starts in childhood.
so I'll say this. How much time we got left, Roscoe?
We got
We
around
have
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
So, yeah.
All right. So I'm about to play social work Vandroff here for y'all and everybody else that wants to comment. With this whole little spiel as far as borderline in that fence from being completely nuts. Do you think it's biological or more environmental when folks dip off to the deep end like that? Do you think it's a combination of environmental or what's going on around the environment, family settings, friend settings, or do you think with some individuals it's just biologically wired to them to act and think that way?
Well, for me personally, I think that a little bit of that may have to do with genes and DNA and all that type of stuff, you know. But I think a lot of it is your surroundings and what you was brought up around and what you experience and a lot of those things. So I think that more than anything is going to determine um, whether a person teeters towards sane or insane, or just kind of losing it in the moment. So to answer your question, I would say that it's more about your environmental setting.
Okay.
What about you, Joe?
Okay.
I'm gonna go biblical with this one.
Okay.
One half of the answer. First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. It says, "Do not be misled. Bad association spoils useful habits." It says, "Come to your senses in a righteous way, and do not practice sin, for some have no knowledge of God." I am speaking to move you to shame. a lot of people move in a shameless way because of their associates. You know, a lot of people grow up like I'll take Kane from Menace to Society. If Kane doesn't have, and I don't know Sam Jackson's name in the movie, if he doesn't have him as a father and a dope fiend mother in the movie, but he's in an environment with his grandparent, like people like his grandparents off the rip, he probably has a better outcome. But because all of his associates as a child, Purnell, everybody else, were bad, he picked up on all those bad traits. And that's typically how it is in the real world. Bad associations do spoil useful habits. I also think it's a combination of all the chemicals they're putting in this food. I think it's twofold. The water is poison, the food is poison, and we don't know, like each person's biology is so different. We don't know how these chemicals are interacting with whatever we have going on in our brains from what's been put in us since childhood, growing up in these toxic environments. So I think it's a combination of both.
Okay. You can go ahead if you got something else to add, Sid.
So what would you say, just like you said, it starts at childhood, it starts at home. So let's just say you have this 5 or 6 year old kid that still doesn't really know the complete concept of good and bad and the consequences of their decisions, and what they see and how they may act may be normal and fine to them, but on the outside looking in, it's not. So how do you go about trying to mediate to try to get them to straighten out that path they're on? Because you have a lot of kids like that. They don't understand that concept yet.
I think Jovi already pointed it out that it really comes down to well, if they're already in that environment, to where they're gonna steer down the wrong path because of just bad association, then I would like to say that it's incumbent upon that person, that individual, to try to find a way away from that situation. But I think it would be hard. Once you've been in that environment for so long, for a lot of people, for one, it's hard to take that energy out of yourself, and for two, once you have that energy, how do you find or put yourself in positions to be around people who are not of that energy? So I think that's why I think it's very, very important, like, to catch these kids at a certain age before you get too knee deep in, because once you get past 3-4 years old, you on a base level, you kind of are who you are. You know what I mean? And once you pick up certain things from certain environments and people in those environments, you're kind of gonna react according to that, is what I think. But I know that we don't have a shit ton of time. We only got a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna end. No, go ahead, Joe.
Let me just say this, and I'll put a little cherry on top of it. You guys remember Ethan Couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was 16 years old. He killed 4 people while he was driving recklessly under the influence. He was breaking all kind of laws. But the judge was like, he doesn't know what it means to be reprimanded. So I can't lock him up because of that fact. And they coined the term affluenza. He was too affluent. His parents were too rich, gave him too much, to the point where he didn't even understand that what he was doing was wrong. A person's pathology is fixed by the age of 6. Now, that's not to say it can't be reversed, but like Roscoe said, how do you get them into an environment where they start to understand the consequences of well, they'll understand the consequences, but to see those actions as wrong and to do anything about it and reverse whatever decision-making mechanism they have in their brain to make them do these psychopathic things in the first place. You just got to catch them early.
But even if you don't
early and
catch them
often.
early, but even if you don't catch them early, biologically, your brain doesn't really develop until you're about the age of 25.
That's when it's fully
Me
developed.
playing devil's advocate, do you say a lot of individuals that did crazy stuff before the age of 25 should get off a little bit more lightly because they haven't fully developed yet?
No,
Or
I feel like if you do the crime, you do the time. The only thing is everybody doesn't get caught doing their criminal activities. That's why so many psychopaths in society. Like when somebody typically gets caught doing a crime, they've been doing that crime for a prolonged period of time. That first time felon and offender stuff, that's just the first time they got caught. But they've been on that war path for a prolonged period of time.
Right.
I feel it. I respect it.
Yeah, I'm a go ahead and begin to end this for us because we only got a little bit of time left.
Are
But
you good?
I do want to say for everybody out there to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. You'll pick the one named Comedy Reactions, even though it got really deep at the end. But that's really what the basis of what we do. We'll take something that's comedy based, and then we'll come up with our own conversation around it. But it is what it is. But you will find this particular video in the comedy reaction. So you'll check for this video and that. I do have videos, a lot of other ones that are mainly music related, but there'll be some other ones like this one that aren't. So whenever you get the chance, check through those playlists, watch those videos till the end and like all of them, of course. So whenever you get a chance, do that. Cash App, $ You Made Roscoe, PayPal at You Made Roscoe. For those who like to show their support or appreciation for the work being done on the page, there's those two. Any donations, same deal. You'll go to one of those, and that's all we got. That's all we got. So this was really funny, you know what I mean, video, and also like very deep conversation that we had that I wish we could extend longer, but we just don't have enough time. But until next time, you guys be safe and be good.